What's up, guys? Josh here again with Bryce, and we're just gonna do a short topic today. It could be short, could be long, depends on how long we go into this. But I just kind of wanted to talk on the topic of calories, why they matter, but also that there's more to it than just a calories in versus calories out perspective when it comes to diet. Hormones and things like that are important, and just kind of wanted to get Bryce's opinion on that, especially in regards to insulin. Insulin's kind of a big word thrown around, and I don't believe a lot of people understand truthfully like what insulin spikes are, why they matter, or why you should actually care about that.
So I want to preface this with the fact that I am not a nutritionist, okay, but I do deal with a lot of people in managing their nutrition geared around what style of performance I'm trying to get them to do in the gym. So it's very important. In saying that, the thing you have to understand about insulin is it's a hormone. It's a very powerful muscle building hormone, but when abused, when insulin levels are too high too often, it's a very powerful fat storing hormone too. So the whole idea of calories don't matter, or what foods you're getting these calories from, or what is going on with your insulin based off of these foods, in my opinion, okay, just opinion, from the people that I've worked with, it matters big time, okay? Let's say everybody's wanting to be in a low body fat. Doesn't matter if you want to build muscle, you never want to have body fat, okay? Well, if I know if my insulin levels are too high, okay, that basically means that glucose is flowing around in the body, right? The only way that your pancreas stops secreting insulin is when there is not the presence of sugar in your bloodstream. Insulin goes out as a carrier to push sugar into muscle, essentially, glycogen, or into the liver. Okay, one or the other. If those levels are staying too high, that's telling me that muscle is not absorbing it very, very well, which is oftentimes, if you look at somebody's blood panel or something like that, their fasting glucose could be like super, super high. It could be upwards of well over 100, which isn't good, especially if you've been fasting. So the big thing is it's okay to have an insulin spike, but for the most part, when our blood glucose comes down, we want it to come down pretty fast and stay at a pretty low level. Now, I'm not going to tell you what level, okay, that's not my thing, but to have a fasting glucose of, 50 and below, 60 and below is a pretty safe range. But to think that you can be high all the time is not going to be, it's not a good assumption to have if you think you're going to lose body fat at that point in time. So if insulin levels are high all the time, inflammation will gather. Inflammation and fat loss do not coexist. If the body's inflamed, it's resistant to change. Adaptation doesn't happen. So realize that if you're eating a whole hell of a lot of sugar throughout your day, if your calories are super, super high, you're going to be resistant to a lot of those calories. Blood sugar is going to be super high all the time. Inflammation is going to be super high all the time. And fat loss is going to be near impossible.
And even if your calories are low, and you're consuming, say, a high amount of just like pure or like unrefined or refined sugars, even having that insulin level spiked, you're going to still be causing a lot of that inflammation in there.
Potentially. Potentially, yeah.
And that's where like you can see like weight loss stall, or you start to lose muscle mass and things, but your fat's not going down.
Correct. So my main advice to all of you guys, regardless of like all this insulin, jargon and crap, is to incorporate carbohydrates at the right point in time. So realize it doesn't matter if it's a potato or a fruit. The way that you need to look at those carbohydrates is they're now energy, right? They're going to go in, they're going to get synthesized, they're going to get absorbed in the bloodstream, they're going to fuel muscles for contractions. So if you're not using them essentially for a performance reason, okay, and I say that or because I like to give people carbs at night sometimes, or the serotonin benefit of helping people sleep, I don't see a whole lot of benefit if my goal is fat loss to having it at any other point in time. Like, why risk having my blood sugar elevate just for the sake that I want to have this carb to feel better? If fat loss is my goal, I need to get this satiation effect from something that's energy, doesn't spike my insulin levels, and stays around longer, which in that point in time would be like a good saturated fat, right? And moderate levels of protein throughout your day. But realize that even high levels of protein will create some sort of insulin spike, especially manufactured ones like whey protein or amino acids, those can have substantial insulin spikes. So try to save those insulin spikes, which are okay in a fat loss phase, for the time when you're most active or the time when you're trying to sleep.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks
Right,
for going over that. And yeah, if you guys like the video, please like and subscribe. And also Bryce's information will be in the description box below. Feel free to watch his videos, stalk his Instagram.
Please do.
Yeah.
The more stalkers, the better.
But thanks guys for watching. Appreciate it, Bryce.
Thank you.
Cool.